don't think I'm alone in the AFC Bournemouth fan base by wanting Jefferson Lerma, our Colombian international who signed from Levante back in 2018 for £25 million to stay at the football club. Jefferson has been a stalwart in the centre of our midfield. He's been the heartbeat of that midfield since then. He was part of the side who were unfortunately relegated due to COVID. We're going to say that, due to COVID, during that 2020 campaign. And he could have left at that point, very much like Ryan Fraser did. He already had suitors in the Premier League. He had teams that wanted to sign him up. He had teams abroad that wanted to sign him up. However, he chose to stay with the football club and help us get back into the promised land. The Championship wasn't his level. It was quite clear to us that in the Championship, he was by far one of the best players in the league, if not the very, very best. His passion for the football club, his aggression, shall we call it? It's not so much aggression. It's more a willingness to put himself where it really hurts, stood out. Now, I tell you what, if you want Jefferson Lerma to stay at this football club, please like this video and of course hit that subscribe button as well, because this is really the reasons why Jefferson should stay at AFC Bournemouth. There's been a number of clubs, and it's not surprising, that are trying to get hold of Jefferson's contract. He is out of contract, of course, during this summer. He's been able to talk to other clubs since January, but he's still put his body on the line. And that was so apparent in that game against Leeds, which we won 4-1 very, very recently. Peter O'Rourke, who is a very well recognised reporter, has actually mentioned that the likes of West Ham United, Crystal Palace and Fulham are in for him. There's other rumours as well going about that Burnley are also suitors, but also that he has got options around the globe, and most notably in Italy, Germany and of course Spain. Jefferson isn't a natural English speaker. However, he's taken this club to his very heart. And honestly, he's been brilliant. He's been a brilliant football player for us. And, if this plea to Jefferson to stay with the football club doesn't work, he goes with our best wishes. He's been a quality player who has given his all for this football club, got us back up into the Premier League, and has kept us here. Of course, next season we don't know where he'll be playing his football, but hopefully it is still just down the road at Dean Court. Why should Jefferson Lerma, though, stay at AFC Bournemouth and not go elsewhere? Let's look at the possibilities. One of the biggest options for him is to go back to Spain. He is a native Spanish speaker. Of course, he is Colombian, but in Colombia, they do speak a version of Spanish. So it does make sense for him to go there. Of course, his family are also from Colombia and therefore, again, are Spanish speaking. It would be the obvious choice. However, a new league, different tempo of playing. He has played for Levante before, but at Villarreal, it's going to be a challenge. There's going to be lots of opportunities as well, though. Villarreal are at the very top of Spanish football. And of course, Arnaut Danjuma went there. Hopefully, Arnaut hasn't had a word in his ear. But why not stay somewhere where he's absolutely loved by the fans and also the rest of his teammates? There is other options in the Premier League, and we would hope that he wouldn't be playing against us, rather for us, next season. West Ham, of course, are potentially going to be in Europa League football if they do win the Conference League. That's the only way they have got of qualifying for that competition. And therefore, that could be quite an attractive proposition for him. Crystal Palace would also be somewhere that he might want to look at going to because of the likes of Eze and Michael Elise, who have really shone for them during the season. And Fulham have done very, very well at the right end of the table. Burnley, of course, would be a bit of a risk because they've just recently been promoted, but do have Vincent Company at the helm, a man who is well recognised in football terms. He might choose to go somewhere completely different. And Germany and Italy, it's not known which clubs might be in for him, but those it might be a new adventure for him. But why not stay at this football club where he's loved? Reportedly, and we only can say reportedly because we don't know the exact figures, he's around about 55,000 a week. However, he has been offered a bumper deal to extend his stay at Dean Court, and I'm sure that all the AFC Bournemouth fans would absolutely love it to see Jefferson Lerma in the red and black next season. He is a player who really epitomises what we're all about. He's a player that will put his body on the line, give his whole heart, and also give his drive. He's well liked by his teammates. He's always got a smile on his face. He is known as the local man, and the local man is always very, very happy. So he can't dislike it here. Of course, agents might come into play and agents might want to get him a better deal, might want to give him a new adventure. And to be fair, if he wants to do that himself, that's fine. But this is a club where he's loved and a club where he's really, really made his name and put his stamp on things. He is a Colombian international. Of course, Colombia are one of the best teams, to be fair, in the world, not to have qualified for the last World Cup. It was a bit of a shame that they didn't get there. However, Jefferson, I know, would be eager to make that squad for 2026, and therefore being in the Premier League might be his best option. Who knows? If he does stay with AFC Bournemouth, then he might get a dream move to a big club, a big six club, and I don't think that's beyond him. I don't think that's beyond him at all. There's other rumours as well of Seville being an option. Seville would be a very, very interesting club for Jefferson to go to. But again, he is part of something here. He's part of this club and it's part of the fabric that really what we're all about. We'd love him to stay. And he works well with Billing and Lewis Cook. To be honest, Jefferson works well with whoever he's paired with. Be that somebody who's just made their way through the ranks, be that with somebody who, may not be at the club anymore, be that with, the top players alongside him, like Philip Billing, like Lewis Cook. He'll always grab your goals as well. And that's shown in that 4-1 demolition of Leeds. He'll put his body on the line. Of course, he did that in the championship as well. He really stood out. He was one of the very best, if not the best player in the championship. And we'd absolutely love him to stay. Really, Jefferson, I think we've made it quite clear here what we want you to do. You would go with our best wishes. We don't want you to. We don't want you to. And we really, really hope that you sign that contract and stay at Dean Court for another season. So come on, Jefferson, get that pen and sign that contract. And hopefully, fingers crossed, the club are offering you what you deserve because you do deserve a lot. But do let us know what you think. Would you like Jefferson Lerma to stay? A stupid question, isn't it? It's just in the comment section, just put the love for Jefferson, and let's make sure that local man will be very, very happy for years to come at this football club.